Right.
Next game we have Bovada has Pittsburgh +6 at New England.
Oh wow! Is this the Sunday night game?
I believe so. Yes.
I like Pittsburgh to cover. I think New England is a much better team week 13 than week 1. And I think Pittsburgh hangs in there. I'm not saying they win, but I think if New England wins this game, it's by 3 points. And I think if Pittsburgh wins the game, it's by 3 points. So there's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we just come off an off season where Pittsburgh was basically everybody was just giving up on them and going to the Browns. I think for the first time in maybe 15 years, the Steelers come into the season with a chip on their shoulder. I think they want to push it in New England's face. New England's going to have, I think, 3 new offensive linemen, 2 new offensive linemen this week. The receivers, Josh Gordon's just coming back, going to have his first game in like 9 months or something like that. It's going to be interesting. Now, I think New England's going to be able to run the ball very effectively, and I think Pittsburgh is going to be able to throw the ball very effectively. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch, maybe the game of the week. I'm looking up the board. I can't see a game that I'm more excited to watch, honestly. I like that Atlanta-Minnesota matchup. I can't wait to watch that one. And this Pittsburgh-New England matchup, I'm really – and then, of course, the Tennessee-Cleveland one, just because it's so interesting.
Yes, right, correct.
So there's a lot of good ones. I'm with you, Brad, man. I see this as maybe a New England victory, but I see this as a close game either way. My computers and I like Pittsburgh, but I generally have the rule don't bet against Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
6
well,
points
it's silly
is a lot,
to bet.
though.
You're right. It's silly to bet against them. It's like you're getting too cute.
Yeah.
You're kind of a fool to bet against them. I would give you that, man.
Yeah, but you and I are both picking Pittsburgh. I don't know that we'll wager our money on it. We'll talk about that before the Pick Six show this week. But there you go, Brad. One thing actually, I know we talked about in the season. Do you want to take some show money and just kind of let it go on Bovada? With the Pick Six, put our money where our mouth is there.
I'd love to.
All right, let's do it. Let's figure out the amount. We'll announce that on the show. Brad and I aren't Rockefeller or anything. We're not going to be betting $10,000 a game or anything like that. But we'll put our money where our mouth is. If we're going to tell you to invest in some money into some of our picks, we should be investing in those as well. So there you go. We got 3 games left, Brad. Let me go through fantasy land. Man, I think Brad Roethlisberger is going to have a nice game. Really nice game. I like James Conner quite a bit. I think Smith-Schuster has a huge game. I think Moncrief has a nice game. And then we'll see what James Washington's all about. I like pretty much all of Pittsburgh. I think Vance McDonald's going to have a nice game. I like the offenses in this matchup. I think Michelle's going to have a nice game. James White, Tom Brady, Julian Edelman. I'm looking across the board here. Yeah, pretty much. Josh Gordon and Julian Edelman is where I stop. I want to see what happens. I think Matt LaCasse is the tight end there in New England. The days are over with Gronk. Just basically securing a bunch of targets and touchdowns and stuff. Unfortunately, I like watching him play.